Have you heard anything about the new Fire Emblem?
Yeah, I heard that the three schools,
Three houses.
three
Fire Emblem
families.
Three Houses.
I heard it's the big new one, and I heard that it's got like an overworld now.
So, the biggest problem that I had with Fire Emblem, because ostensibly, as somebody who loves strategy RPGs, who liked the Disguise series, who loves FFT, whose favorite games in the Genesis era are the Shining Force games, I should love Fire Emblem. Except my biggest problem with Fire Emblem is that in almost all the Fire Emblem games, you are like a Monopoly figure on a map, and you move that around, and that's it. For Three Houses, they have a big old fancy cathedral that you would explore week to week, Persona style. And Paige is the first one that said it to me. I don't know if she's the one who came up with it. She says she isn't. She says other people saying it, but people are calling it Shin Megami Sensei. In that this is a Persona game now, just through and through. Remember time pregnancies from Awakening? That's gone. You're no longer getting your units time pregnant, which is nice, because that was creepy.
So how do you make the babies now?
You don't. There's no time babies.
There's no babies
The
anymore.
time babies are gone.
So now you just find people.
Yeah, now you just hang out with people.
Okay.
And almost the whole cast is right there at the very beginning.
Okay.
It's just when you start, you pick one of the three houses, and that is your primary roster of 8 to 10 people, and then you can poach people from other houses as you go through the game. It's really, really, really good. It's really fucking good.
And it's basically still just Fire Emblem.
It's basically... They added a lot of stuff to the Fire...
Combat is combat for Fire
So
Emblem
they added
games.
a lot of stuff to that makes it a lot more forgiving in my eyes. The biggest one is that if you play on Classic or the classic Fire Emblem way, which is permadeath...
Permadeath, yep.
The biggest problem that I had with the old games is that you would hit a button and you'd see where enemies could move, but you never really had a good indication of what enemies would attack what units. And then they would all pile on this character that you thought would be relatively ignored, and then that character would die. Right? So not only do you have the ability to rewind a couple times a fight, just straight up rewind, like go back 5 moves, but also when you move a character into a spot that is dangerous, you will see a little threat red line jump off of enemies and all hit that character. So you'll have situations where you move Edelgard forward 2 spaces, and 6 enemies will have red lines shoot off of them onto her.
Are you committed to the move?
No.
Okay, you can back it out.
You can back it out. So you'll see, okay, if I move this character here, this character will die.
Yep.
And then you can mix and match and go, okay, such and such priority is this guy, and such priority is this guy. And it gives you a lot more control over it.
Cool.
In addition, month to month, it's or week to week, it's not day to day like Persona. It's literally just Persona. Instead of
Walk around your town and
walk around, talk to people.
Spend
How do you want to
time.
spend your time?
Okay.
Do you want to learn a class? You want to teach a class? You want to do a battle drill? Do you want to do this? And it's funny.
But like, are you building your social, or are you building up your fight ability?
Both.
Okay.
So there's 3 main things that you could do. You can either build up your social links with your class by hanging out with them or doing class stuff with them. You can build up your character by having other professors instruct you, or you can have just hit battles and gain XP. And it has all that meld into each other, and it's great. And probably the best thing that I can say about it is that the Fire Emblem stuff, it's a fun strategy RPG with lots of depth and classes, all that stuff. I have not talked to... Paige is playing it. I have another friend that's playing it. We have not talked once about fights, ever. Not a once. Who cares? Who cares?
Interesting. Okay.
Really, it's about, are we able to get Bernadette out of a room? I don't know. Man, Ferdinand's such a chode. Why has he got to be all about the nobles all the time?
Sounds like that's what people wanted from those characters all along, in a way, because I feel like the Fire Emblem characters showing up in Smash and such have created like, it's created like a fandom where people want to spend more time with these characters besides just these little in between cutscene battle moments from the previous games. So that's a pretty strong move.
So it's, you know, you have your S-Link rankings for you and every character, but every single character has that with every single other character. And I know that was in the past, but it's the first time I've been experiencing it. There's a lot here. Now I haven't looked, but I can feel Fire Emblem diehards being very mad. And it reminds me... Let me see.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah, I can see it.
The fights are just a vehicle through to the slice of life.
It's very much exactly what happened with Persona. Persona was a hardcore RPG series that became half dating sim.
And then the shit in between the RPGing is what people attach to.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, the gameplay is the meat, but the fluff is interesting. It's fun. It's like, let's ignore the part where you're a professor and you're the same age as your students and you're able to date your students. That's kind of fucked up. But we've had a lot of fucked up thing in these anime games.
If you're the same age, who cares?
Yeah. It's unethical. Can't date your students.
Because of pressure.
Then they can get a good grade.
Right. Yeah, that.
The other thing that's really good about the time pregnancies being gone is that the time pregnancies meant that everyone had to be straight. Because why would you ever have a relationship with somebody that couldn't result in a baby?
Do you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
I did.
Okay.
Didn't finish it.
Okay.
And they ran into that problem too. So here they've added a bunch of gay options. Unfortunately, there's only one gay option for dudes, and it's not the guy that people want to fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but the guy in yellow,
I don't know. I haven't seen any of the
tan
characters.
skin. He's got a little rat tail on the side. His name's Claude. Everyone assumed you could suck that dude's dick. You can't. You fuck the sleepy kid.
I have no reference point.
All right. See, this is what you got. You know.
I bounced off of Fire Emblem too many times. I tried to.
Is it the gameplay or is it the time pregnancy?
It was. I didn't even get to the time pregnancy, so it wasn't that.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of everything, and I tried on 3 different games once they started. So back in the day, I was really excited because when I first saw the Swordsman in Melee, I was like, "Oh, Nintendo has a series about a franchise about knights and stuff. That's fun."
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this. That seems like not their style, from what I've And then I found there was that. Then they brought over that Game Boy Color or Advanced one. I forget what system it was on, but I think it was the one with Elliewood in it. And that. So I tried that for a little bit, and then I bounced off of it. I don't know. After the first, I didn't have any problem per se, but it's like after the first or second session, I just didn't feel like going back to it.
So I felt pretty much the same way.
And then I bought Fates, and then I bought Awakening, or other way around.
I did the exact same thing, and bounced off of them every time because I felt there was nothing. This series and this game have shown me if I can't physically directly control a character ever, I probably won't like the game.
I also felt no hook in terms of, like, no one who I met was really, like, a character that I'm like, I want to know more about that person. I kind of saw a lot of anime characters with swords and capes and cool stuff, but nothing really gripped me and made me, like, want to hold on to it. And I have no way to define the quality that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's the same quality that applied to Sword Art Online characters, and it's the same quality that applied to when I first saw the faces in Astral Chain.
Yeah.
That I kind of went, it's that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's just on the art.
The
art's not the only thing I'm talking about.
I understand what you're saying. I'd say they did a great job on this batch of anime stereotypes. I think there's a couple in them that are new-ish, but yeah, it's hey,
yeah. And I guess I never went deep enough to find the one or two that might be awesome. Someone's talking about Lon Q. I didn't get deep enough to see who that might have been. So
like I referred to
I gave it a shot though. I bought those
Linhardt as the sleepy kid because that's his job. There's the gold digger, there's the sleepy kid, there's the shy girl, there's the ditzy one, there's the girl who's quiet but she really likes horses.
Yeah.
You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. I it's not for the same reasons, but I feel it a little bit with some of the Tales games.
Tales to me is just stock anime.
But I do like the combat system in that being a fun juggle, you know, one player fucking Marvel. But yeah, there's a little something in that art style that I kind of come back to that like it lacks a hook that'll be like that'll pull me back to it, you know. But for other reasons as well. I mean, the gameplay was yeah, it's cool. It's Fire Emblem strategy, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, you know. Whereas when I played like Advance Wars or something like that, I was fucking in.
I can't stand Advance Wars.
I'm so in. I love Advance Wars.
And Advance Wars is one of those series that I'll make the distinction where I won't say that it sucks. I'll say I can't stand Advance Wars because if it's turn-based, you have your characters. If it's real-time, you create units. That's the rule. You can't create units when it's turn-based. That's not allowed. That's not allowed. You can't do it. What do you mean? I just make it. I hate it.
It was great.
I hate it.
It was great. And then, of course, there's me discovering like Into the Breach as a love in the form of like perfect knowledge puzzle.
Yeah, it's just a puzzle game.
Puzzle games, but yeah,
Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's a good one.
Okay.
I would say that if you ever wanted to try to bounce again, this would be a decent shot.
Okay.
But
are you pretty much though like I haven't seen the cast like you mentioned but like you know like
it's a good cast.
You know all the Fire Emblem characters that made it into like Smash?
Yes.
Is it pretty much like you're hanging out with all of them?
No, because all the Fire Emblem characters that made it into Smash are all the same character. They're all I'm the sword hero man.
Yeah.
Whereas all your character in this one is a fucking slate.
Okay.
They are a fucking blank canvas. They have zero personality.
Probably more like FE than anything.
Yeah. It actually, I saw somebody saying when I was talking about it on an earlier stream, it's like you get to enjoy all the character bits of hashtag FE without having to play hashtag FE, which is a win for everyone.
Yeah, you do the dates and that's true.
But yeah, no, the cast is good. They're not. I wouldn't call them weirdos. Where like I'd call the Persona cast weirdos. Like they're trying to go as far as they can go with certain personality traits. I would call them probably they're nice little refreshing takes on the archetype.
I mean, they're not all weirdos. They're like I feel like Ken and Shinji. Like Shinji's antisocial, but he's not unrealistic, you know.
Nah, well, he is a little with the magic, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel like him and Ken are like pretty well-rounded normal people. But yeah, I hear you.
It's a good one. That's my main thing to say about it is that it's very good. I'm enjoying it very much, and that Black Eagles are the best house. And this is not just me saying it. It's also like numerical. Everybody knows the Black Eagles.
Are we fucking? Is this Niantic again?
Woolie.
Is this Pokemon Go again?
No.
This is literally Pokemon Go again.
No, Woolie.
You take 3 choices. You give the
Woolie.
public 3 groups, and they all serve a particular need.
Woolie. I will answer your question with a yes and a no. It's not Niantic. It's not Pokemon Go. It's actually Harry Potter.
Oh, it's Slytherin, Pufflepuff.
No, there's no Slytherin house. Okay, no one ever picks Slytherin. No, publicly. No one would ever go, man, that Slytherin house is the dopest. Everyone would always say that they would be Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw. And that is, those 3 that I just said have been directly transplanted into this game.
Baratheon, Lannister, and Stark?
Yeah. Except take Lannister out and put a not evil one in. A not evil one. I can't think. Right? They even fit the animals. It's a fucking lion
They're
and
all
eagle.
kind of evil at some point, but
right. But the reason I say that is because when you play the game online, it does the Persona thing of like, listen, this is what people did with their time. It'll say 12% of people battled today, or 89% of people. But on the load screens, it'll also tell you, hey, this is who got recruited this month. This is who got deployed this month. And from 1 to 8, it's the whole cast of Black Eagle. That's the one. Because they're the best one. Because their leader is like a snobby, bitchy axe princess with Mitsuru's voice.
So therefore, that's
the best one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
She'll look at you and judge you. The first thing you see, you look at her and it says, "I feel like she's always evaluating and judging me." And you're like, "There you go. That's the best one right there."
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.